lucky to be yours. And you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. I'm not coming down. Ain't nobody like you. I could go 1,000 miles as long as I'm with you. Yeah, you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. Talking by yourself and you make me smile. I can listen all night long. I tell you about the time when I first met you, listening to our favorite song. Walking on the street when you caught my eye. Something about the way you move. No, there ain't nobody like. There ain't nobody like. So lucky to be yours. And you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. I'm not coming down. Ain't nobody like you. I could go 1,000 miles as long as I'm with you. Yeah, you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. 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 Jump into the car on a Friday night. I wanna drive with you. Looking for a bar in the nearest town. I've never seen a sky so blue. And you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. I'm not coming down. Ain't nobody like you. I could go 1,000 miles as long as I'm with you. Yeah, you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. Ain't nobody like you. Ain't nobody like you.
So here's the deal. As I get my microphone on, get everything going, making sure you can hear me and see me. Today, it's just going to be a single person, just me, on POS Uncensored. If you pull up the camera, Matt is not able to be with us today, so I go back, just me. And when that happened, and a change happened, and there's some things in Matt, I'll let him choose to share, but he'll be back. I thought, I'm going to do something change. We were going to do an interview of a POS pro, but I've been putting together a training. So you're going to, and I'm going to do this on POS Uncensored right in the middle. And that is, I'm going to do a training that I am calling, helps if I have the right screen, 7 reasons to sell POS. You got a sneak peek there. Sorry about that. You saw the first reason. Now, I am not going to say this, that when I take the reasons today, I am not going to say, hey, one of those reasons is you can make more money. That is true. You're going to make more lifetime value of a merchant because you sell POS. There's lots of reasons you're going to have that. But that is not what I'm going to do today. In fact, I'm not going to tell you, hey, you're going to get to be able to serve better merchants and you're going to be able to, provide more services. I want to deal with what does the market of POS look like? And I kind of want to take it like if I could sell toast, ooh, scary word right there. And if I was able to sell it, why would I sell it? And what if I was able to sell it and get them processing like we live in our merchant services world? How would I do that? So that's what I'm looking at when I put this together. So as we jump in here, let me take you through the 7 reasons to sell POS. Number 1. It's because it's in a high growth market. So I didn't put all the stats here together, but the SMB POS market is experiencing significant and sustained growth, projected to reach $13.49 billion by 2030. Here's the point of this, and I will put these slides out maybe if you ask for somebody emails me at nate@PayProTec.com, I can put those together for you. But here's what I'm saying. If you're just out there selling just terminals, and we're not comparing this versus e-commerce and B2B. This is about brick and mortar stores that are selling with card present solutions. If you're just selling terminals, you're selling into an industry that is on the decline. And if you're selling full point of sale systems that have multiple stations that are interconnected, that have multiple different features on those stations that run most, if not all parts of that business, whether retail or hospitality or other types of brick and mortar businesses and card present, if you're not selling in the point of sale world where you're actually selling those full big systems, you're selling in a declining market, not a growth market. And you want to sell in things that are a growth market, right? One of the things you want to be involved in is not things that are heading down. As I record this, it is April 10th, 1:38 p.m. Eastern time. I haven't looked at the stock market in the last 10 minutes because I don't want to be scared, but we've watched it over the last 2 weeks and it's gone up and down and up and down. And you don't want to be on the downside of the curve. You want to be on the upside. We always say we want to be up and to the right. And so if you want to be up and to the right, you want to sell point of sale. You want to use the POS Pros team. You want to be part of that team. And so step number one, why do you want to be? Because you want to be part of a high growth market. Number two, you want to sell things that are an essential business tool. Now you're going to say, Nate, hey, I'm selling credit card processing and that's pretty important to the business. And I would say, yes, you are absolutely right. Credit card processing is an essential part of it, but it's now become a commodity. When a lot of you got into this industry, if you've been in this industry longer than me, who's been in this industry a little over a decade, if you've been in this industry longer than me, you got into this industry because you were part of an essential tool that all of the people were having to jump on the wreck. And back, when I was in high school, in the 25 years ago in college and high school, and I was, wanting to start using my debit card that had this fancy, you couldn't use it so many of the places, and you couldn't use your credit card. You couldn't. There are a lot of places that didn't accept it. You had to go over to the ATM and use cash. That became an essential tool. And so you're selling something, but now you want to be something that's not only in a growth market, but you want to be something that they're looking and saying, man, I need that and I don't have it. And there's something. So whether it's they're still using an antiquated legacy system that is 20 years old or 15 years old, or let's be honest, technology moving as fast as it does might be 5 years old. You want to be selling something that is essential. We see that often. We talked about essential workers a lot. That word, as soon as I say that word, I start thinking back to a few years ago. I don't want to have the flashback into it. And you start thinking about things that are essential to the business, to operations to that business. And certainly, yes, credit card processing is, but it's a commodity, meaning they can go multiple places and get it. But being part of a POS, the thing that's actually running their whole business, and we'll talk about that in a little more, that is taking that drive to not only being in something that's a growth market that's growing faster than anything else in our industry, and it's something that's essential, that becomes extremely important. Now, let me take you to the next one. Number 3, you want something that addresses diverse needs. POS systems cater to a wide range of SMBs across various industries, retail, hospitality, salons, etc., each with the specific pain points that a tailored POS solution can solve. And that's why I've been so thankful to be part of this team. This is our second stint on doing POS Uncensored. We created in 2015 the POS team that's now evolved in the rebranding of the POS Pros team. We've grown the number of people that are out there to serve you. Matt Proctor, as he leads that team, we've put it together focused on making sure that you are doing something that meets multiple needs within the business, whether it's from inventory or payroll or marketing or loyalty. There's so many things that are built into that piece of hardware and software that are blended together to hopefully fit the perfect needs for that business, whether it's a restaurant or a retail, a liquor store, a grocery store, a salon, a nail salon. All these things, they can be served, whether you're serving a museum and you're taking card by present. We have systems and services that are on the POS that actually meet the needs, and it's not just one thing, it's multiple things. And when you're meeting multiple needs, you're stickier. And so it's not just about making more money. It's not just about being in the company, things that is in a growth market. It's not just about being essential. It's about making sure that you're meeting the needs they have. And these POS package all those things together. When you walk in and say, hey, here's my VX5 20. I know you're not doing that. That's why I make sure to use something we're not using right now. But here's my VX520. Boom. What can you do with this fancy little thing? This beautiful thing that you put on my thing that I connect on my desk here, and I connect it to an Ethernet, and I say, hey, what can this beautiful thing do? Well, it can take a credit card payment, and the next day you'll get money in there. Well, does it do anything else? Well, no. In fact, my friend Robert Kramer, going out to lunch with him tomorrow, celebrate his birthday. It was a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. I always liked it when he was with part of our team here at PayProTec. He called it the dumb box. And that's what it is. It's just so many of your, and even though we're getting into the smart terminal range, and hey, it can do other things. And certainly we can. Pay Anywhere does other things. And so it can start getting into that point of sale. But you want to start meeting those needs and being able to multiply the needs you're meeting. And those dumb boxes that's still a high percentage. I understand it's an easier sale. And that's why I'm doing this. 7 reasons to sell this. So I'm trying to convince you that there's a reason to be part of that. Now, is it easier to sell? No. But it shouldn't be. Because you're meeting the needs of payroll, you're meeting the needs of HR and training, you're meeting the needs of marketing, you're meeting the needs of loyalty, you're meeting the needs of online ordering, you're meeting the needs of e-commerce, you're meeting the needs of tableside payments. All these things you're blending together, and you're saying, hey, I'm here to help you, SMBs. And as you continue to ask, look at me, I'm here to serve. I'm here to bring things that are going to meet the needs of your business. Next up. Brings a tangible ROI. Now, certainly when just a couple years ago, 7-8 years ago, we introduced differential pricing, dual pricing, cash discounting, whatever word you want to take it. And the race to zero of our profit changed to the race of zero of expense for accepting credit cards and debit cards to the merchant. And that was the value add that we have. But the quandary is that we are past a tipping point, I believe. I don't know the exact percentages, but I can go, and I did it recently, and walk through a street in Brooklyn, one of the most populous areas per capita in the country, and I can walk by 20 stores that are restaurants and retail and bodegas, and all of them are already doing differential pricing. And so you have to bring something else than, hey, I'm going to save you money on your credit card processing, which has been way too long. There are still times to use that phrase. There are still times that pain is enough to make them to make a change and a decision. But the fact is, when you're trying to bring together an ROI, POS systems offer a clear and measurable benefits that are beyond just the savings of the credit card processing, that have several things that you can start: increased efficiency, reduced errors, better inventory control, but that shrinkage, improved customer experience, data-driven decision-making, making the value proposition easy to demonstrate, making you essential, making what you're selling essential to the business. And it's not just based on the bottom line that we're all walking in, but when you become a point of sale, that makes a difference. Now, let's go back to the next one. It puts you in a problem-solving role. And we were able to put you in that problem-solving role for a long time by saying, hey, we're going to walk in here and say, that $2,000 a month you're paying in fees, what if we work together and put a system together that between you and your customer, that isn't an issue anymore. And we're going to put that money right back in your pocket, or so you can invest back in your business, or so you can make payroll a little easier. And we just continue to make that change. But the thing is, what happens is a lot of times the problems you're solving for your merchant, this is what's happening. Why Toast and Lightspeed, 2 of our competitors that have come in and are bringing in a whole package of system. And with the reason it would be great to sell them, but they're coming in and solving and problem solving more problems than just that little fee that's on a statement that they may never read every month. And our best salespeople are solving more problems. In fact, I was meeting with one of our offices this past week. I was able to actually go into their office in a physical way, which is always awesome when I get to meet for one-on-one with our people. And I was talking about their strategies and what some of the strategies I'm hearing about and some things we're testing. And they're going to join into some tests about some ways to go to market strategies with what we're doing here at PayProTec. And they said, hey, we're no longer leading with selling merchant services. That's going to be a way that we're going to make our money, but we're coming in and we're selling a monthly business consulting services, and we're going to ask them to pay $99 to $4.99 a month to be able to not only service this, issue with payments and this issue with credit card fees, but other things that they're helping. And I don't want to go on with their strategy, but I love that. And what I thought to myself is the other piece in there that it does is that's why we sell point of sale often. Is not only are we, maybe you're not ready to jump in and go into business consulting where you're meeting with them weekly and you're putting teams together and you're actually walking in and solving different sections of their problems and putting the strategy together. Understand, a lot of you don't want to do that, but one way you can put a little toe in the water of becoming in that and becoming an essential part of their team is making sure that you're placing that point of sale as they start asking questions. Hey, you know what? I need to have better reporting to save my time when it comes to my payroll. Hey, I need to know exactly how many of XYZ widget did I sell? And when I cut the price by 10%, what did that change on how many have I sold? And putting those type of reporting together. And that is not done by putting a VX520 on the table. That is not even done by putting a Pay Anywhere at this point in the table. Maybe that some of the tools will come into that, but it's being put together by putting a Quick POS or a Corona POS or a Greta POS or a Mint POS or a retail cloud. And, I was listening this morning. So I just said retail cloud, and it made me think this morning. It's the Masters. I haven't looked at the leaderboard. Last I looked, we had some -4. Our good friends, Matt Hoskins and Danny Shard, are live at the Masters. They're having a great time being able to experience that. And one of the things they're able to experience is that retail cloud is servicing all that's going in the Masters. And the people who run the Masters, they don't make money from their media rights. Did you know that? They're leaving $175 million on the table. So they need to make sure they make their money on that $1.50 cheese sandwich that they're selling. And someday I'm going to experience that. And that $7 beer, because you also know that you pay a lot for your tickets, but they don't pay a lot for all their food there. But you do pay for millions and millions of dollars of swag. When you go into the swag bag and you go in there and you buy all your Masters swag and you walk out and you ship it. I've never been to the Masters, but I know I've lived vicariously through multiple people. And they're not going to settle for not having the reporting they need. When you come to work with someone of the Masters, you are using retail cloud. But the beauty thing is that you can use the same type of systems to help the businesses that are 1 and 2 locations that are serving our beautiful cities across this wonderful United States of America. And you can bring that tool and you can say, I'm going to help you solve some of those problems. I'm going to work together with that. So let me keep going. I don't want to go too long on this. One of the things this does, number 6, is it gives us a strong partnership potential. And I'm just going to use this. I was thinking this when putting this together, and I'm still working on some of this. It may go to 10. You may see this in other forms. Obviously, I'm doing it live as part of our POS Uncensored today. But the strong partnership potential, I love when our partners not only use the POS pros, but then they bridge into that relationship where they have a personal business relationship and sometimes a personal, not professional and personal relationship, connecting and learning and working with our POS companies. And, we were just at ETA Transact in Las Vegas, and we were able to meet with Hot Sauce, and we had a wonderful dinner with Quick POS, and we were able to meet with Corona. And, Corona actually came out to dinner with us when we were in Atlantic City. We're having these relationships, but it's not just us, the PayProTec staff, our W-2 employees that are focused on making sure that our sales partners have everything they need to grow and advance their businesses across this land, but it is actually them. And so like when we went out to the Quick dinner with our Tom and Ming, the co-founders of Quick, the CEO and CTO of Quick, we brought some partners who had actually sold the systems and were learning the systems. And and so you get to build strong partnerships that help you serve even more needs. And I'm going to tell you, if you were allowed to sell Toast, you wouldn't have the partnership and the capability to be able to fix things and create things and work together that we're going to help and serve more SMBs. And when you're working with POS vendors that offer reseller agreements like ours do, and I'll bring up what I wrote here, that provides sales professionals with training and marketing materials and ongoing support and fostering a collaborative and successful selling environment. You're not getting that with our terminals. I can guarantee that, no matter whether you're working with, I don't name names. I've been naming POS names in with the people we love, but you're not going to get that. But you are going to get it with our POS. You're going to get that collaborative, that work together effort. And that is something that I think is so special. And lastly, my 7th point today, and I just realized I don't have a slide for it, but it's this, that you're going to maximize your potential. I believe in our partners, and I believe in who you are. I believe in the dreams you have for why you got into this business. And maybe it was an accident. In fact, I think most of us, it's just we stumbled on it. We didn't know it happened. We'd been using our debit and credit cards. Somehow we figured it out. I love hearing those stories of how we, suddenly one day, we were playing golf with a person that was selling this, and we're like, hey, I can do that. And we get into this business, and some of us say, hey, I'm going to work as an individual. And some say, hey, I'm going to work as a small little team. Some say, hey, I'm going to eventually be bigger than PayProTec. I'm going to be bigger. I'm going to have hundreds of employees. I'm going to do all W-2, all 1099s, or all these different ways. And we love doing it, but you're never going to reach your potential in this industry, in this time that we are, for such a time as this, unless you embrace POS, point of sale, the technology that runs multiple facets of a business in our brick and mortar, our card present solutions. And if you're not selling and part of that, you're missing out a major part of your potential of being part of that business. And I understand a lot of you are still focusing solely on terminals. And certainly we are thankful. It is easier. So keep doing it. I'm not saying stop selling terminals, stop selling Valor, stop selling Deja Vu, Pay Anywhere, and Genico. No, absolutely. Keep selling those. But if you don't start carving out little pieces, you're realize that you're selling in a business that's going this way instead of up and to the right. And you're not fully living out your potential. So that's my spiel. I have some more. I came up with, I think, 20 reasons. I'm trying to make this more than just hey, you'll make more money, but actually say, hey, this is why I would sell point of sale if I were in your shoes, realizing that if you'd asked me 5 years ago where we would be right now, we are through the roof on our volume at PayProTec. We are through the roof on our number of deals. We're through the roof on our new partners. Thank you for joining us. Some of you who are maybe watching this now and choosing to join us, I am so thankful. But we have not seen the change and increase of people becoming POS not experts, because we brought the POS pros team together to do that, but becoming POS sales professionals and making that a larger portion of their business. Most of our offices are still making it either a small, nearly minuscule, or not even messing with it at all. And my thoughts and my drive when I focus on trying to help our partners succeed and reach their personal goals, it's not the only thing that you need to do. Certainly we'll put other training. There's lots of things that are pieces of the puzzle and the pie that we do not do as well as I think we will in the months and years to come. But selling POS, I think, is something you're all going to do. All right, so that's my POS Uncensored when I went live. I have no idea how much time I took. I can actually kind of put that 21 minutes or so. Thank you for those who watch. Thanks for those who will watch a clip maybe. If you are part of PayProTec, then you have access to the POS Pros team. And we make it easier than I believe any other company. There are some who have copied us. To my knowledge, I've always said this, I don't know of anyone who beat us to this by putting a team together that are coming alongside of you, that cost you absolutely nothing, that help you become the best POS sales in the world, because we're putting the team together. We're not perfect at it, but we're better at it every day. And I believe we still have a large gap between us and our competitors they don't have the team. We're still winning in this. And so please use the POS Pros team. We'll be back with more next week. I think we're meeting with Mint POS, and I forget who is representing them, but as we go through our live interviews, we should be back on it, and then we'll go back to meeting the POS Pros, and then we have some more content. May is POS Pros month here at PayProTec, so we're going to even increase the amount of content. Thanks so much for watching POS Uncensored. We're so thankful that you're part of PayProTec, and if you're not, you haven't joined in, email me at nate@payprotec.com, and I'll get you connected to one of our team. And as we discover how we can come alongside you and help you grow your payments business. Bye.